Hello and welcome to episode 103 of I Am the Tigers, a podcast all about the National Ice Hockey League, but one that always has an eye on the Telford Tigers. Speaking of whom, that's where we are going to be this week. I've done it throughout the off-season, I'll be doing it throughout the pre-season. Yeah, sticking with the Tigers. We'll start to bring in, I guess, more of the league from next week on when the season starts. But final week of pre-season. But before we get to the final week of pre-season, we're going to kick off with Tigers 2 and the start of their league campaign. So first league game of the season was on Saturday. It was at home against Swindon Wild. And of course, this is the first game in North 1. How would they get on? Pretty well is the answer. Picking up where they left off last season with a win. Finished 7-4 in favour of Tigers 2 against Swindon Wild. Looks as though, following along from tweets, X's, I'm going to stick with tweets. Looks as though it was a pretty close game throughout, and then 3 late Tigers goals to give them a very welcome 2 points on debut to North 1. So, yeah, great start. Couldn't have asked for too much more there for Tigers 2. Tigers 2 fans, were you there? What was it like? Let me know. As always, drop a comment. Be delighted to sort of understand a bit more about the game, how it went. Anybody particularly stand out? Say, you know where I am, just leave me a comment. More than happy to find out more. Now, switching across to Tigers, second week of pre-season, and it was a double header again, not against Bristol, but against Swindon at this time, Swindon Wildcats. So Saturday night, it was the journey down to Swindon to take on the Wildcats at the Link Centre. Started well for the Tigers, took a lead, then conceded an equaliser, but pretty much instantaneously hit back. That was about as good as it got, really. Swindon then got 4 unanswered goals, but break it down a little bit further. First goal for Tigers, went home from close range, bit of a scramble. To be honest, I don't think many people in the Link Centre realised it had gone in initially. And then all of a sudden there was kind of like a growing realisation around the rink that Tigers had scored. In terms of the second goal, it was a really good tip in front of the net from Tate Shudra to knock it past the netminder. In terms of the Wildcat goals, third one was a gift, to be honest, which was given away, allowed a one-on-one breakaway. I think it was Owen Griffiths who was able to score. Fifth one was empty net goal, as Tigers were trying to pull it back. They had a power play at the time, so pulled Ben Norton to try and make it to 4-3, but ended up becoming 5-2. The other ones, there's some reasonable screening and stuff like that from Swindon. In terms of positives, obviously the first period, Wildcats arguably had the better of the first period, but I don't think there was much in it. Tigers certainly looked dangerous when they were going forwards, and Ben Norton, again, looked very accomplished in net, I thought. Second and third, Swindon got 4 unanswered goals, but, one of them was, as I said, a gift, and one was an empty net goal right at the end as Tigers were chasing on a power play. If we can cut out just gifting the puck to opposing players to leave them in one-on-one situations, then I think obviously be fine. It's difficult to take too much away, I think, from the second and third periods, as start to see the lines being changed up, different players on different lines, which ultimately is what pre-season is for. Would it have been nice to have got a win? Yes. However, seems to be plenty of people who are tipping Swindon for trophies, quite simply, this season. Certainly a team who are expected to be there in the hunt for the league. To stay with them and for it to be reasonably close, they did have the better of the game. There's no way of getting away from that, particularly sort of in the second and third as lines were changed up. But on the whole, I thought it looked pretty solid. Seems a good sign. Sunday night, didn't watch the game, but it looks like it was a fun game. Tigers took a 4-1 lead. Wildcats pulled it back to 4-3, and that's where it stayed. So again, I don't know how much Tigers changed up their lines. I don't know if the Wildcats did or not. But, I mean, that's definitely a strong result. Recent seasons, I don't think we've had too many great results against the Wildcats. I know there was the one at the back end of last season to secure the playoff spot. But outside of that, it has been on the whole pretty one-way traffic for the past few seasons. So, granted, I know it's only pre-season, but perhaps a good sign there for the Tigers. So, that's pre-season. It's done. It's dusted. The real action now starts. Perfect time, I would have thought, to be a guest on Tigers. Come on, talk about your team the upcoming season, because you've now got the benefit of pre-season and having seen sort of new signings and everything, how they're looking. So, really simple to do. Drop me a message, get in contact. Well, let's get something arranged, and come on, talk about your team and how they're going to do for the upcoming season. But in terms of this episode, that's it. I'll be back this time next week. Bye for now.